creating a regional transportation system, it's not actually too much unlike the 50s when we built the freeway system. We had freeway interchanges where they were seemingly in the middle of nowhere, and somebody would say, why are we putting a freeway interchange here? And it was either because every certain number of miles you had to have a freeway off-ramp or on-ramp, or the landowners got together and got the federal government to put it there to create value or whatever, but ultimately around that freeway interchange became development, and you see it happen all the time.
My dad started buying property up and down the I-25 corridor when it was called the Valley Highway in the mid-50s. My dad always knew that being adjacent to transportation lines was critical. Movement of goods, services, and people is a key element to economic development. Early on, the off-ramps did. They created pockets for development opportunity for easy access. As time went on and the Valley Highway, now I-25 got more congested, we knew that there needed to be improvements along that corridor. There was a lot of discussions that went on over the years about whether we should have transit here in Denver. The light rail did put Denver in the right position in terms of where we were headed, but it's really just part of the natural evolution over time in the growth of a great city like Denver.
The findings of the study, to me, were more of an affirmation of what we were already seeing on the street. We knew that rents were going up. We knew that site selection criteria was focused on being close to transit stations. We were seeing that these were going to draw lots of attention. The greatest line is a company called Fast Enterprises, and when they moved their corporate headquarters here, consolidating from around the rest of the country, the phone call came in from the site selector and said, we want a building on T-Rex, we want a Starbucks on the main floor, and we want a Red Robin within walking distance. We knew we had something, and it wasn't the great shakes at Red Robin necessarily.
In 2005, we decided we needed a new corporate headquarters, consolidating offices from across the country. We went out and researched 36 cities across North America, and finally coming to a resolution to saying we want to be somewhere in the Metro Denver area. Once we got within the Metro Denver area, was to say, how can we get our folks and our families to come into the office choice that we want to be in, that we know is the best fit for the company, but gives maximum flexibility to our employees to live the life they want to live. We didn't want our office to dictate that for our employees. So being on a transit-oriented development and as part of right on a light rail stop gave us the flexibility to take the train and commute from whatever sort of lifestyle they wanted to choose for themselves into the corporate office. It was the best fit for us.
This is the Mineral Station, our final destination. Thank you for riding RTD Light Rail.
Our location near the light rail station, the Mineral Light Rail Station here in Littleton, Colorado, is a complete competitive advantage because our hotel does have an area shuttle, and so we are able to take advantage of all of the attractions and the resources in downtown Denver, but a lot of people are intimidated by the traffic and the congestion of downtown. So the ability to get them over there, and then they can take advantage of maybe a day at the park, or they can go down to Ocean's Journey or Six Flags, has proven to be a huge advantage for this particular property. It is now something that we're incorporating into our social media. It's something that we also were in the process of redoing our website, and we're going to have a big push as far as light rail and the different stops that you need to take to get to certain venues in downtown.
There's going to be a natural evolution in the orderly course of development where transit-oriented development will continue to accelerate. But that has to be done through an understanding that public-private partnerships are key. There needs to be cooperation between the municipality and the private developer to get certain things done that can't be done strictly through the private sector. You need cooperation.
If you look at some of the statistics that are out there, that more than half of the buildings that we will have in 2030 will be built after 2000. That means our destiny is in our own hands. And I think that Fast Tracks map in particular is a great indicator to the market of how we want to evolve and where we want to build and where we want to create opportunities.
Achieving the vision of a successful TOD development system is really a function of what can local governments do to induce activity around those areas, what can they do to make it easy for people to do business in those areas.
Over the next 50 years, suburban communities, you need to look at where those stations are and be smart about the long-term growth and create communities and places around those stations so that your community will be responsive and take great advantage of that.
This is not anything for us other than an incredible asset. We know historically now with T-Rex, with the Southwest Line, that these things will work, and to put them as an overall part of our strategy in economic development. These new stations and these communities will be a great asset for us in job creation.